Is there any question left on chakras?
About the number of petals.
Yes. Number of petals are also gross stuff, you see. Till you go to a certain stage, there are petals are being created because of, there's a little mathematics about it, little mathematics. And all this mathematics has been worked out in a human being, how it is. But these are the, we can say that now, for example, in a person now, a light is there. Say 25, what do you call it? 25 watts. 25 watts. Now, 25 watts are to be converted, say, to say 60 watts or something like that. So you have to see the dimension into which the person is, that portion is going to grow. You see, it's a big mathematics about it. It's dimension to which that can grow. You see, and into what sphere it is going to penetrate. For example, now Muladhara chakra you can take, for example. Muladhara chakra is actually 4 petal because it covers the 4 sides of the human personality. It's a very abstract calculation. It is the 4 side of the personality, and the 5th side, the movement in the 5th dimension, doesn't take in the Muladhara chakra. It takes above the Muladhara chakra. So the 4th dimensions are shown by that. See? These are the different dimensions of a man. At those levels, how many dimensions you touch by these, that it is calculated like that. In my book, I have given most of these in very great details as to what are the dimensions one touches in this thing and how far you go. But the same Muladhara becomes only 2 later on. But it is such a subtle and sharp tool, which is very, which penetrates just like this all over. So it depends on the, you can say in a machine, you have different types of bolts and different types of screws and with different dents. Now, what is the calculation is an engineer can say why is it so. So, you see, it is a very detailed work and it's all worked out because the dimensions into which a human being will be going, and all that is worked out, and on that chakra only these dimensions you achieve. So it has a meaning, but it's not only 4 chakras. It's not only 4, it has got many petals inside, and it's a very interesting one. Actually, in Muladhara I've written a big chapter complete, how many folds are inside and how these things work out, and how many folds, what do they suggest, and how far they open out, because it's all a dimension which is worked out. For example, if you take a banyan tree, the seed is so small, a banyan tree has the smallest seed. Now why is it so? And why is it so microscopic? Because it is so dynamic. So it is all worked out like a capsule, you see, and it's a capsule which is to work out this dimension, it has to work out that dimension. So it is a sort of a rather calculated stuff which I have described. I have only described Muladhara really in the full this thing because it made such a big volume of one Muladhara chakra that I gave up about others. I have just mentioned about them. But only Muladhara itself, when I started describing, it became such a big, huge thing. I gave in, I said, now better not do other ones. But it's quite a complicated stuff, you see. And you see, God has his own style of planning, and we can't question him. He does it according to his own whim, you know, his own style. But he does, his whim has understanding. Everything has. You will find that sometimes, you see, if you try to study that, if you ask me certain things, I try to answer it in a different way, you see, because there are his ways of doing things, and he understands, and that's how he does it. But still I have tried to bring out at least Muladhara chakra, so that human beings must understand that how complicated they are made, how God has been so careful to place their Muladhara so well, and how he has put the folds there, how it's a living machinery, how it's working out, so that people should understand the importance of their chakras and importance of their being, how important you are. You are not ordinary people. Even if there's a ordinary tape recorder, we are so careful about it. How much we should be careful about our own machinery, which is being created in ages with such great understanding, with such mechanism. Every chakra, if you take up, even if you take up 3 You guys, you won't understand one chakra. It is such a tremendous working inside. I have of course given the only the description of it, and the reason why is a stage which will make you really mad. But I've tried to explain in that. You have read my Muladhara, did you? It's quite elaborate stuff.